It's an out-of-this-world opportunity brought to you by PropWorx and Auction Network, the Battlestar Galactica 2 Prop and Costumes Auction. During the first auction, the bids on the show's props skyrocketed. While most people think they know what a prop is, it's important to understand the terminology associated with the three different types of props. The first category is called a hero prop.
A hero prop is the highest form of a prop, the most desirable form. If it is let's say if it's a gun, the hero version is actually a working gun that maybe only shoots blanks, but you can pull the trigger, the action will move, if it's a revolver, the revolver will rotate, it actually fires. That's a hero prop. What a hero prop is, it's something meant to have extra detail or extra functionality that an actor will use in a close-up or an important scene. So there are hero props, there are hero wardrobe, you can say, because the actor has actually used it on screen. And so people look for the hero items.
After hero props, there's a category called screen used or matched and production props.
The big distinction is that people need to understand is screen used versus production made. And those are the two, every prop or costume we have falls into one of those two categories. And the thing people don't realize is every prop is production made. Everything in this warehouse was made for the Battlestar Galactica production. Most of it was used. Some of it never got on screen. Some of it was never used. And we try and decipher that. Screen used is really tough because it's either got to be a hero item, so you know it was the one in the scene, or it has to be screen matched. And that means you actually can take that particular costume, and because of the cut of the fabric or a distinguishing mark or the distress, you can look at the DVD and say, this is the costume in this scene. This is the prop in this scene. And we did a lot of screen matching. I remember the first thing Joe and I did was we screen matched Chief Terrell's blueprints for the Blackbird, which of course we're selling the full-size Blackbird fighter recon craft in this auction. And these were pieces of paper that were irregularly cut, and we had 4 sets of them, and they all looked identical. Because this is what the prop department does. They make multiple sets, because one gets stepped on, or one gets coffee spilt on it, and you have to have another set right away. So we were trying to find the screen-used version. And what we did was we literally would put them up on, hold them up to the light and look at the creases in the paper, and then look at the DVD and look at and see if we could see how he was holding it in it, and we were able to screen match a complete set. So that's really, really difficult, and it's very time consuming. But when you do it, you have a little higher standard than production made. It is screen matched. It is the hero item. It's the one use.
PropWorx is changing up the way it offers the props for bid during this auction, and it's a great way for a group of fans to get some collector quality pieces at a low cost.
The thing we're doing different this time is you'll find groupings of props. So here's what was on Colonel Ty's desk. Here was what it was in the box of Cara Thrace's personal effects. So there are lots where you can go in with a bunch of your buddies and say, well, let's go after this one. And there's 8, 9, a dozen props in this set, and you can each get a piece. So I think that's where the bargains are, and I think that's where collectors who are on a budget really need to look. Get with your friends and go in on one of these lots. They always are really good deals.
2 of the biggest props will launch you on your quest for a new world. They are the full-size Viper Mark II Hero version spaceship, or if you're more of a combat collector, why not park the Blackbird Stealth Fighter in your garage? If you don't have room for a spaceship, there are hundreds of smaller but no less important prop pieces.
Viper nameplates, the vinyl appliques that go on the side of the full-size ships, we have a full selection of those again. The flags that you mentioned, the 12 colonies, we have those again. So we have a lot of great items that people have seen before, and maybe they miss, and they can get again, or we have totally different things that they haven't seen before.
One of the most sought-after pieces in the first auction was the painting of the Cylon War that hung in Adama's office.
And now the big one, lot 742, Adama's painting of the first Cylon War. This is the premier piece in this auction.
This is the one people have been waiting for.
You have 12, John.
17,500.
17,500. Fair warning, sold for 17,500.
That was great.
The painting was unique, and I think it was iconic, and I'm not surprised it went for over $17,000. Over 20 when you figured in the buyer's premium. That's a lot of money to pay for a prop, but it was worth it. And I think, do we have something of that caliber in this auction? It really is hard to say. I don't think so. I think that was probably the premier item that we had. I think what we have this time is we have a lot of items that I have no idea where they're going to go. Like Kara Thrace's paintings, for example, right? The perfect example. We have a whole bunch of, it's like we're a gallery of Kara Thrace's paintings, where there must be a dozen. And I think one or two of those that you saw on screen could be really surprising how high they went.
BSG fans flocked to the online bidding during the first auction, but some made the voyage to Pasadena to attend in person. One of the bidders stuck out in the minds of fans and PropWorx.
There was a girl who had flown in from, I believe it was Oklahoma, and she was trying to get a Duty Blue. And she kept getting outbid. And she bid on everyone her size, and she bid on like 3 or 4 of them, and she had a price limit. She couldn't bid more than a certain amount, and she kept getting outbid. And she was sitting next to Glenn Campbell, the costume designer for Battlestar Galactica, we had flown down. And Glenn came over and told me about this, and I went over to the girl and I told her, hey, I don't want you to go away empty-handed. I said, what's your budget? And she told me. I said, okay, let me clear it with Universal, but we will sell you, because she had just missed the bid. She was like the underbidder. We were able to send her home with a Duty Blue. And I got fan mail for doing that, and I just thought, dude, I've been in that situation. I was a young fan at one point, so I think everyone at Universal, we all felt really good that we were able to do that.
From prop guns to books to blueprints and the colonial flags, all of the props used in BSG are up for bid, and now is your last chance to bid and win one for your own personal collection. Log on to AuctionNetwork.com to register for the auction and leave proxy bids on the items you want. When we come back, we'll see what's up for sale in the CIC and show you exactly how to register and bid.